Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today I'm going to be going over the Brandon Buckingham situation, which really can only be described as a horrible one. I'm going to go over a couple of things to give you guys context as to why so many people are reacting to what's happening to this guy. And also I'm going to highlight really two other things. I'm going to look at the positive notes of this situation and add on to the already enormous amount of support he's getting. But also I want to highlight the bad actors, the people who are looking at this 31-year-old husband and someone who recently in the last year became a father, people literally wishing him to not make it through a very serious set of health concerns he's facing right now. People who are coming out of the woodwork because they had beef with him years ago, or they have petty reasons to be mad, or they don't even know why they're mad. They're just preying on some random guy's downfall because that is the state of the internet right now. Now, when it comes to his channel, his main platform is YouTube. You can see his 1.2 million subs. He's kind of done it all in terms of content. He's lived many different lives. And I remember coming into contact with his channel when he was beefing with the cuties enthusiast Sneeko, because Sneeko made completely baseless allegations against Brandon, which Brandon would debunk in a 2.5 hour long video that completely eviscerated Sneeko, pretty much almost ran him off of the internet because it was so embarrassing for him. And then on top of that, Brandon releases a 16-minute diss track. Like, I'm sorry, if someone drops a 16-minute diss track on you, I think there should be a rule. You got to leave the internet. Like, there's no coming back from that. But also, he had other notable videos, like the one where he went after In Praise of Shadows, who tried to cancel Wendigoon, of all people, because of his friendships with problematic people. Going from Brandon all the way to people like Internet Historian. Yes, having any sort of relationship with these people makes you super problematic to the point where you need to be removed from the related scenes. Yeah, this video completely blew up in this guy's face. His career literally ended in a few days. He just completely evaporated instantly. He bit off way more than he could have ever hoped to chew. And then going forward with the rest of his content, I mean, he does things like interviews with content creators. He goes out and interviews rappers, he even interviews gangs, and he goes out to war-torn places. Like, he's the real deal. The point of this being, he's been in a lot of danger before. He's had threats on his life routinely. He's been shot at. Him and his crew have been shot at. And it's kind of crazy that this is what really almost got him recently. He made this tweet the other day, which I mentioned at the end of my video, where he said he's in the ICU, his heart is failing, his lungs are failing, and his liver and kidneys are failing. And he was not sure what was going on at the time. Some people have looked to his most recent upload where he was in Lebanon, and some people think he might have contracted something while doing that. We don't know for sure. But basically, this is the description from his fundraiser, his GoFundMe, that we're going to look at later in this video. But basically, as reported here, he woke up about 4 days ago, not knowing where he was. He was completely deaf. His feet were swollen. He was in severe pain. He went to urgent care, then was quickly moved up to the ICU, where he was disoriented and confused. And the initial diagnosis was acute systolic heart failure, kidney failure, and liver failure, all things brought on by ammonia and subsequent sepsis or possibly tuberculosis. So this was a really serious situation. And since then, he's somewhat stabilized, but his heart at this time is only working at 15 to 20%. So this is a really serious situation, but how did some people react to the initial developments? Well, you had people like Academics, who is an absolute lolcow. YouTube savage / grifter Brandon Buckingham has announced that his kidneys are failing with a fire emoji at the end. Obviously, you can predict here he gets absolutely bodied in the replies. This guy is way too old to be acting like this. In fact, I would go further and say pretty much anybody's too old to be acting like this, trying to celebrate and attack someone when they're in a very critical condition like this because he's got internet beef with you. Like, you want someone to actually perish over something like this. It's just cowardly. This guy is a complete joke. And the clips he's playing is just another example of Brandon and other people clowning on academics because he talks big game, but he'll never actually show his face in public. That's kind of what he's known for. He's also more known for his various hip-hop related podcasts he has run over the years, and he's known for basically doing tricks on Drake. Anytime Drake takes a breath, that's like his only way to stay relevant. He's also had a ton of like allegations and bad clips of him putting his hands on women and doing stuff like that. You know, at one point, you know, barking in people's faces, saying crazy stuff like, what did he call himself? He called himself, "I'm the effing prize," while beefing publicly. Very embarrassing. And if you want to go over some of his creepy behavior as well, look no further than a clip from this year, 2 minutes straight of academics talking inappropriately with a 15-year-old that, by the way, reminded him about 10 different times that they're 15, and he continued with a sexual conversation and even encouraged this minor to go out and do certain things, adult things with full-grown adults. Like, very, very weird. He's been getting clowned on ever since for that. And also, I think inside all of this, Brandon Buckingham also did a diss track about a year ago on DJ Academics. I don't think he's feeling too great about that. I think he's still feeling pretty salty. That's why he's continuing to act like a complete loser on the internet. But anyways, we did get an official update from Brandon on his main channel yesterday, where you can see the amount of support, okay? Ignore the idiots. 50,000 likes versus 200 dislikes. Yeah, it's a pretty good like to dislike ratio if you ask me. But he gave a quick update. You can see he's very labored in his breathing. He's obviously going through a really tough time. But here's some additional details and I guess some things to, I guess, hold on as positives that maybe he's fighting through the woods, but he's got a long way to go.
I know for sure if I do survive, it will be a very long recovery, and I will not be able to provide for my family for at least several months if things go well. A cardiology specialist informed me that I may be on bed rest for 2 to 4 months, and as I recover from this very scary, life-threatening illness, I will need help with things like my mortgage, utilities, baby supplies, and the over $100,000 in medical debt I've racked up while dealing with this nightmare. I will also likely need to be on heart medication the rest of my life. I've never asked for help before, but my heart is currently only working at 15 to 20%. So if anyone out there cares, please consider donating to my GoFundMe to help me provide until I am able to work again, as well as help pay off the medical bills I've racked up. And if you aren't able to donate, please consider by watching my videos, as I won't be able to upload new ones for a while. Thank you for all your love and prayers. This has been one of the scariest times of my life, and all your support has meant the world to me.
So related to all this is a GoFundMe that he started, and we're basically 24 hours into it, and he's raised $232,000. His initial goal was $75,000, and a lot of this has to do with the fact, well, he has a mortgage to pay. I mean, he just became a father, and I think this was a very fair thing for him to do. He also had huge medical costs, and he's going to be out of commission for possibly 2 to 4 months. He's going to be bedridden, and his job, you know, he's not just picking up a mic and talking. He's going out into pretty crazy places to get content. So he obviously won't be able to keep that up. And he would post the related stuff on Twitter. And also I'll put a link to the GoFundMe in the description. Make sure to check it out and help him out if you so wish. And of course, people on Twitter, you know, going mask off, being weirdos as well, trying so desperately to clown on this by saying, you make $100,000 a year and have sponsors. This is the scam of the century. Glad that you survived, though. Glad that you survived, though. Also, you're a scammer. And this is the stuff that really shows me people, like the average person, has no idea what they're talking about. Also, it sounds like a person who's never had to pay a mortgage or, you know, have bills and things like that. But look at the thing they're referring to. I'm sure this is from Social Blade, where they give you an estimate of what someone might have earned in a given period, and it goes from $11,000 to $182,000. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think this is a very reliable source to determine someone's income and then take an arbitrary number out of there and then use it to say you can't have a GoFundMe while you're out of commission for months with a stay-at-home wife taking care of your kid. I mean, like, you're trying a little bit too hard. And speaking of trying hard, this person says, I'd rather have my kidney fail and tuberculosis than give money to a YouTuber's GoFundMe. Then simply do not. And then we have the same person saying, we all cheered. And then they say rape tone and Asmund Cole next. Yeah, you can see how crazy people have gotten. Was it COVID or something that has made people so bloodthirsty to literally, instead of just ignoring people they don't like, they want them to literally have their lives ended because of some petty internet nonsense. Here's another one saying, I thought you people hated handouts. What happened? What do you mean, you people? Like, what a ridiculous statement to make. You don't know anything about what this guy is doing. And then this person says $100,000 in medical debt just to try and stay alive. And then people throw their hands up and wonder why someone would shoot a healthcare CEO. This person saw this situation and immediately thought of assassinating healthcare CEOs. Okay. Here's another one saying, another right-winger begging for money because our healthcare system is so dog shit. I wish you well, but please understand that this is the system you defend. So this person, again, with these backhanded attempts at sympathy, basically say, oh yeah, I wish you well, but you're at fault here. This is your fault. You created this system. Like, how pathetic to use this as a way to push agenda. Like, man, get over yourself. But anyways, that's just some of the ridiculous people who deserve to be laughed at out there. They come in all varieties, apparently, but overall, the support has been great. And again, a link to his GoFundMe will be in the description. Check it out. We hope to see this guy back soon. I've always enjoyed his content, and I know a lot of other people do. There's a reason why so many people have rallied behind this guy, especially content creators, because he's kind of been there, done that. He's done a lot of different things in a lot of different communities, so he has good standing in like a million different places, and it's showing. Like, the amount of money he raised is insane. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.